Welcome to Places We Go. We're going to talk about Italian places in Nashville. I've got with me David Diatillo. Hello, David.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, thank you for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to get right into it. Our top three. Number one. What would you say your number one Italian place is?
Number one in Nashville, local to Nashville, would be an authentic spot. You gotta have to go behind a building to get to it. Would be Bella Napoli. That would
Yeah.
probably be my number one go-to. I'll let you kick it off since you're the one that kind of spotted it, found it, and then we actually went there. So I'll let you talk about it first.
Absolutely. I love Bella Napoli. It's just classic Italian. It's very simple. You don't see it from the street. You have to kind of go look for it. It's back there. And they have a nice little brick courtyard area. It's really cute. And you
Hmm.
go in and it's just nice classic Italian. The people are very friendly. They had the have the big wood burning stove for the pizza.
Hmm.
And every time we've been there, it's just been amazing. Everything we've gotten. I mainly get pizza, great Italian wine, which I love Italian wine, and very affordable. I don't think it's, like out of reach. And we usually have some food to take home, which is always great too. So I feel like not only is it good, but I've got my money's worth and I leave there just feeling satisfied.
Absolutely. I would
Hmm.
echo everything you just said. I would also just say for the pizza, it is more of a Neapolitan style pizza. So if that's your jam, that's probably the best pizza in town. It's very authentic, in my opinion. Um, all of the pastas are very well made. Like I feel like they're homemade. I'm not sure if they're homemade in house or not, but it tastes like it is. Extremely al dente style pasta. All the portions are enormous. I don't think there's anything on the menu that's over like $30, I would say. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not a crazy expensive place. You get really good bang for your buck. The wine's great, the service is great. Every time we've been there, everyone's extremely friendly.
Yes, and I like that. And I think on the menu it had a comment on there that they use wheat from Italy. So I don't know if that's what makes it taste so much better, but I know when I go there, I don't have that bloat.
What the first time I think we went, I got the massive size of the penne alla vodka, and
Hmm.
I not kidding. I think it was a pound worth of pasta, and I ate the whole thing. I didn't feel bad at all. Like
Right.
I was so ready to go do something after, which is very rare when you eat like that kind of portion size of pasta.
Yeah, so I think that makes a difference too. I think that's another reason why I love going there because I can eat, and I don't feel like, just so heavy and bloated afterwards.
Absolutely.
All right. It's not too far from Broadway.
I'm looking it up on the map right now. It would be, I
Hmm.
guess it would be considered like around Music Row area. So it's
Hmm.
like the midpoint between like 12 South and like downtown Nashville.
Definitely. All right, we're coming up on our number two, and number two, I think we said Coco's.
Number two is Coco's for sure.
Yes. I really like Coco's. How did you come across that place? Do you remember?
So Coco's, I actually went there for the first time for a work lunch. Um, one of my coworkers, we were taking out a really good customer of ours, and he was like, "Oh, let's go to Coco's. They're fantastic." I was like, "All right, I've never been. Let's try it out." So we went there, and they got these big pasta things, and I got more of like a salad just because it was lunch and I had to work the whole day and everything. But I saw all the food that was coming out, and they got like veal parmesan and things like that. And I was like, wow, all that looks absolutely delicious. And it's the same thing. It's like they have like a market there as well. There's like groceries, like Italian olive oils that they have and all that stuff. So that same day after I had lunch there, me and my wife went to dinner there. And we got several pastas, we got breads, we got all these different appetizers, like a caprese salad and all that stuff, and we went ham. We ate a lot. Everything was delicious. Great food. Very large menu. A lot more variety on their menu. They're gonna have a lot more of like your chicken and meat dishes and all of your pasta dishes and your antipastas and a lot of different appetizers as well. So there's a lot to be had on that menu. You could go back several times and you could get something new every single time. The pasta always cooked perfect, in my opinion. Coco's seems to me more of like a New York Italian, kind of like an Americanized Italian. So if you grew up in an Italian family in America, that's a really good spot to go to because it's going to make you feel very nostalgic being there.
Yeah, and I noticed Coco's was a little bit more casual. They had like two sections, and then they had a big screen TV, which I like too. When you just want to, it's like a neighborhood place, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, and I love the market. You can pick up a sauce or, dessert to go or something like
A
that.
bottle of
So,
wine, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That's
Hmm.
also a good point that you made. They have all their dish, not all, a lot of their dishes are in the freezer, so you can grab and go. Like if you just wanted the parmesan or the chicken parmesan, or you wanted a lasagna that night, you can show up there, grab the frozen tray, take it home, make it for yourself, and have it at home. So that's a nice option as well. I guess the coolest fun fact is the owner actually does an annual tour of Italy. You can sign up in the restaurant to actually fly to Italy and do like an Italian tour with the owner
Oh, for Coco's?
for Coco's.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they
Oh,
they
nice.
offer that as a service.
Hmm.
Um, so I feel like a lot of people don't know that, but that's a pretty cool thing to do. I'm sure he knows all the really good places. Um, Flatbread style pizza, like a very, very thin flatbread style pizza. Something to consider when you're looking at the pizza when you're there.
They had good Italian sausage on there too.
There's something for that on that menu for everyone.
It was very affordable. I thought it was,
Yep, yep,
you got your money's worth when you went there.
absolutely.
And then for number three, we've got Palato.
Yes,
That was an experience.
yes, absolutely.
I really liked that. It was very different Italian though, like because our top two, Bella Napoli and Coco's, are very like traditional Italian. They give you a lot of food. It's just like very, family warm. Whereas Pilato's, it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more upscale. The menu was different. They did like the tapas or the small plates.
Mm-hmm.
And so you didn't get a whole lot of food, but what you got was very good. I mean, like, you know, very different from other Italian places.
Absolutely. I would say that Pilato gave what America deserves. Tapas Italian. I feel like you don't really see that very
Hmm.
often. Everyone loves Italian. Most people like tapas. Why not combine the two? So I think they're very innovative in that sense of having
Hmm.
the smaller portion size Italian dishes on a tapas style, which
Hmm.
is great because me and my wife, we're very big into trying a lot of different things. Like we try to eat our way through all the menus of the good restaurants, and that's a really good way of not having to go there several times. You can go there and have five different dishes because they're such a small portion size. So I very much enjoy that. I would say this is a lot more expensive than the other two, just because by nature, most tapas places, you're going to have to order two or three dishes, and that adds up over a little bit of time. But very well worth it. I mean, everything is extremely tasty. I don't think we had a bad dish the whole time we were there. We ordered double of some, like the stuffed mushrooms. We ordered double of that. And if there's nothing that you take away from the podcast, get the broccolini from Pilato. If you've heard nothing else or don't want to take anything else from this podcast, please go to Pilato and get the broccolini. You will not be disappointed because it is that good.
It was very good. I'm not a big fan of broccolini, to tell you the truth, but I did like that. I thought it was good.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And I know you are a big fan of the cacio e pepe. If you want to talk
Uh,
about that.
That was my favorite, the Casio e Pepe. That was the best I think I've ever had. It was very peppery. I mean, so if you don't like black pepper, don't get it. But if you love black pepper, get it. It was amazing. Yeah, I could have taken a tub of that home
Yeah, if
for
you're a
sure.
pepper lover, that's for you. Um,
Hmm.
be wary if you're not a pepper lover because that thing was a pepper bomb. But very good, very very good. It also came bucatini as well, which I thought was an interesting twist on cacio e pepe, which is nice. I like bucatini; it's one of my favorite pastas. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I thought that was a pretty cool twist to like that cacio e pepe
Mm-hmm.
style of pasta. There's great service there. Our waiter, both times we went, were very very friendly. It comes out as it's ready, so you kind of just start firing away, and they just start bringing things out as it comes.
They had a great selection of Italian wines, which I love. And, whenever you have Italian food, you got to have good Italian wine to go with it. It just goes hand in hand. And then I noticed that they had some really interesting craft cocktails too. My husband had those, and he got a couple of different ones. And,
Yep.
and so they had a really like upscale bar menu. I got something called Little Ear, which was a pasta with,
Like a pesto pasta,
yeah,
and it
with
was like
Italian
flat,
sausage.
yeah, flattened out gnocchi. That was very good. And they said that they hand press those each
Yeah.
individual one in the shop, so that's pretty good.
That's definitely something. They had indoor, outdoor, but this one, unlike the first two that we mentioned, this one you really need to have a reservation
Absolutely.
because they were busy.
They go quick. Good point you're bringing up. If you want to get there without a line, get there right at 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
Go have an early bird special if you want to call it that. But if you're going to go later, you better get a reservation or you better be prepared to wait.
Yeah, and it was a nice little place. It was on the corner. It was in Germantown.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's street parking around there, and there was like a lot close by.
Yep.
So if you wanted to pay to park, but yeah, uh,
Yep.
that is definitely a great place to go for a night out or to take people who are in town.
Yep.
Um, Definitely
Yep.
upscale.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. Very, very tasty food.
Yeah. So those are our top three. We got Bella Napoli, we got Coco's, and we've got Palato.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got a few honorable mentions as well because we love Italian food. So
Absolutely. And there's a ton more in Nashville for us to try, by the way, too. So expect a second episode on this one.
yeah, we'll have another episode. So one of your honorable mentions is in Germantown as well. So,
Yes,
right.
it's Little Hats. It's a grab and go. You can sit there, dine inside, outside. They have pastas, they have cold sandwiches, they have hot sandwiches. The weather's turning here in Nashville, so it's starting to get a little colder. So I've started exploring the chicken parmesan sub and the meatball sub and all these different ones. And the hot sandwiches are thebomb.com. They are so good. Again, they're pretty affordable. I think most sandwiches are about $15. So you're not, getting raked over the coals on price. Which nowadays, these lunches or dinners are like $25, $30 a head. So a
Mhm.
$15 sandwich, a good sandwich at that, is a pretty refreshing price.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I would say Little Hats just because of their pasta options, their hot sandwich options. They're very, very good.
All right. And then another honorable mention we had is a chain, Carrabba's. Now, Carrabba's is well known to a lot of people, but it seems like, you were saying earlier, they're kind of stepping up their game.
Absolutely. I think everyone knows Carrabba's. But what I don't think people realize is they're, like you said, they're kind of really revamping their menu. We just went in there recently, and they got like a 2 for $45 deal, which is very good. They have you dine there, you can take home a pasta for $10 to go, which is, I mean, very affordable. They're having these wine night specials where they're having wine tastings with pairings with certain foods. I feel like they're really trying to step up their game, even though they are a chain. Every time I go there, I forget how good it is. I feel like everyone loves to kind of say bad things about chains, but every time I go there, I'm like, this is good. Like, this is good food. Everyone loves the bread. Their chocolate dream is a great dessert, but definitely highly recommend one of their wine nights and try out that 2 for $45 special. It's very, very good.
Yes, we love the wine nights. And then also big fan of chicken brine. Love chicken brine. A big fan of their sausage and lentil soup, especially when it starts to turn cold
Oh, yeah.
outside. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Can we start a petition right now where they bring back the chicken brine ravioli?
I never did have that when it was out.
That's what the people need. That's what the people need.
And then our last honorable mention is another favorite, Maggianos. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of those places we go all the time. We just go
Yep.
there and enjoy. I think they started the whole, you know, eat a pasta there and take one home, which was
Definitely.
genius.
Hmm.
So, and their lasagna, we get it every Christmas. We just
Yep.
love it, and it's a fan favorite for everybody.
When I go there, I'm like, all right, I'm about to sleep really good after this. That's like a knockout meal, if you want to call it that. So it's kind of like a nice, comforting meal to have with your family. It's just good vibes, good times.
They're a good place too if you're celebrating something, some kind of event, or you want to have a big dinner with friends or family because they do that whole family style thing. So
Yep. Great
just
catering
love
option. You kind of
it.
showed me that as far as hosting events. It's a
Mhm.
great catering option. When you have it, people are like, "Wow, it's so tasty."
Well, until we have more places, I'm sure we will revisit Italian in Nashville and hopefully bring some new places to try. All right. The takeaways are number one, Bella Napoli, number two, Coco's, number three, Palato, and then the honorable mentions, Little Hats, Carrabba's, and Maggianos. So check them out if you get a chance. Thank you, David, for joining us. And thank you, everyone. Go out and find your new favorite.